a lot of ornaments to decorate a 12-foot tree, and I keep buying new ornaments every year, but the tree still looks bare. So I just picked these up and I want to personalize them with my Cricut. So I'm gonna pop off and do that now. To personalize the ornaments, I have cut out our initial and it's gonna be overlaid by our name. And I have this towel here so my ball doesn't roll away. And there they are. That looks so cute. I think we should put these on the tree.
And my contribution to personalizing the Christmas tree is integrated into our smart home. And by that, I mean the lights. There's different ways of accomplishing this. You could either have smart lights, or you could have a smart outlet that controls the pre-existing lights on your tree. My tree is pre-strung with lights, so I chose the latter method. With smart outlets, there's two basic types. There's the in-wall type, like this one by Leviton, or there's the plug-in, the SmartThings by Samsung. Each one of these has their pros and cons. The in-wall ones, they look a whole lot nicer, they take up a lot less space, but they are more expensive and they do need to be wired in by someone who knows what they're doing. The plugins, they cost less, they don't require any wiring to install, you just plug it in. They do take up a whole lot more space, as you can see how bulky these are, and sometimes the way they are, by putting them in, you lose access to the other plug on the outlet. I have both in my house, and I use them in different situations. I prefer the in-wall because they use less space and they just look like normal outlets. So for this Christmas tree, I've got a Leviton Z-Wave in-wall outlet right over here, which I installed a few years ago. Now only the top outlet is smart, with the lower one just acts as a normal everyday outlet. I have several of these in-wall smart outlets installed in the house, and I mostly put them where the Christmas trees or lamps are plugged in. I also have plug-in outlets from brands such as Samsung, Belkin, and TP-Link. These plugins don't use Z-Wave. They're actually using Zigbee and Wi-Fi protocols. With both the Z-Wave and Zigbee devices, you need a separate hub to be able to use them. Now, with all these home automation protocols, they do have their pros and cons. For example, the Z-Wave and Zigbee, they do cost a bit more, but if your internet connection goes down, you can still control them. The Wi-Fi devices, they cost less, but if you lose your internet connection, so does your control over them. By using Home Assistant or SmartThings, you can then set up some automations. Now, I've set up 2 scenes with Home Assistant. The first one turns all the lights on at sunset. My second scene turns them all off when we go to bed. I also set up some voice commands for Google Assistant using the Google Home app. I set up 2 routines. One is to turn on all the Christmas lights, and the other one to turn off all the Christmas lights. Now I did this so we can easily control our lights using voice commands in case we need to bypass the automations that have been set up with Home Assistant.
To create a Google Assistant voice routine, open the Google Home app on your mobile device. Then select Routines and hit the plus icon at the bottom to add a new routine. Now select Add Starter and tap the Add Voice command. In the box, type in the voice command that you want Google to respond to. In this example, we're going to type in Turn on Christmas lights. Once done, tap the Add Starter button at the bottom. Next, we're going to add an action linked to this command. We want to control our home devices, so tap on the Adjust Home Devices, and then select Adjust Lights, Plugs, and More. Tap Done at the bottom once completed. The app now will return you to the new routine page. Select the action we just added so we can customize it. You should now have a list of all the smart lights and plugs that you have linked to your Google Home. Select the outlets you have your Christmas lights plugged into, and then click the check mark at the top when you're done. Tap Save when you're back at the New Routines page, and it's all done. Now Google will do as you command.
We don't normally put a Christmas tree in this corner here, but for this year, Anna wanted a Christmas tree. I don't have an in-wall outlet for this one, so I'm going to use one of my plug-in outlets. And we'll plug this one in, and as you can see, this is what I was saying about it sticking out, and it takes up a lot more room. There's also a nice little button on here, so you can manually turn it on if you want, or off. Or I can just tell Google, turn on Christmas lights.
We'll turn on Christmas lights.
I love home automation. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video to see how we incorporate Christmas lights into our smart home.
And remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. Happy holidays! To personalize the ornaments, they're not ornaments. To personalize the ornaments, I have cut out our initial, and it's going to be overlaid. To personalize the ornaments, I have cut out our initial, and it's going to be overlaid by, gosh.